Hundreds of residents in the Washington City area turned out to see the progress on options to a possible new interchange on I-15. MP11, short for Milepost 11, began as a possible solution to increasing growth and traffic problems in Washington City.
Exit 10 is just almost becoming gridlock, especially certain times of the day or even holiday weekends. If you ever go out on President's Day, that's just a nightmare. We have traffic backed up on the interstate, which is a huge concern for UDOT, and that's one of the main reasons why we're looking at this.
The traffic study began well over a year ago to determine the traffic problems and possible solutions. It started out with 47 alternatives and has now been brought down to 6, with 4 of those environmentally meeting the criteria. Alternative 1 would widen Green Springs Drive off exit 10 to 4 lanes.
Widening that intersection, improving the lights, sequencing, turn lanes, things of that nature.
Alternatives 4 and 5 would create a new interchange off Main Street or 300 East, which have residents in the area at odds. These 2 options would require the removal of homes and even the closure of some roadways.
I don't think the 300 interchange is the right move because it goes by the schools and it goes by the community center. It has no purpose to go to any businesses. In my opinion, the Main Street one would be the right one to do it.
Too many kids in this area, way too many kids. So, fix Green Springs. Frontage roads, stay away from our houses. They need to stay away from our homes.
Both those have their challenges, but both have some benefits too. Those are some of the things that have to be screened out and looked at through, everything from environmental, right-of-way impacts, social impacts, things of that nature.
Alternative 6 would create through turns at Green Springs Drive and Telegraph. It would also eliminate all left-hand turns at the intersection and create turnarounds, calling for the removal of IHOP.
Creates a U-turn situation under a controlled light signal and then allows you to come back through and make a right turn.
Another option would be to not take any action at all.
I just think there's other ways to get around this town than carving through the middle of it.
The mayor is pleased with the public turnout and hopes that a solution can be had soon.
Great turnout, fantastic turnout, but it doesn't surprise me because I know these citizens and they are involved.
This plan looks into the projection of traffic congestion into the year 2040 because roads are built to last about 30 years. Because of the increased population growth, this is just one piece of the puzzle in long-term planning for the area into the future.
None of them will in and of itself take care of all of the problems, but all of the projects taken together will help us so that we can continue doing what we like to.
The Mall Drive underpass, built over a year ago, has alleviated some of the traffic problems. And another road that connects exit 13 to Green Springs Drive to the north is also expected to alleviate some traffic volume. $4.2 million was just approved to begin the Washington Parkway project.
So we're moving ahead with that and hopefully go into construction in the spring.
The MP11 study is taking comments until the end of September. The process will eventually break down the alternatives to one proposed recommendation for a final environmental impact statement in the spring of 2019.
But one will be marked as a preferred alternative. That then goes through a 45-day public comment review period, and then a final statement is put together and is submitted for a record of decision that approves that environmental document.
Manwill said funding the project could also delay the timeline.
If there's alternatives selected, it could be anywhere from 1 to several years before the funding all would be available, depending on the priority of funding.
In Washington City, Melissa Anderson, Community Education News.